Anyway, I'm running ahead of the story to get a perspective on the impact and the first impressions of President Obama on the show tonight. We have Anand Mahindra, who was there with him and had a separate session, a 1-hour session with President Obama. We've got Louis Shenvert, the head of United Technologies. We've got Rajan Bharti Mittal, who's actually key in this whole visit. He's the president of FICCI. And joining us a little later will be Ron Summers. He's the president of the US-India Business Council, which organized the whole session today. And Sanjay Puri, who's president of the Alliance for US-India Business. So it was a day for business. And when I think the rest of the political aspects of this whole visit are going to come tomorrow or day after, when he meets the Prime Minister and when he's in Delhi. So for people to expect him to start talking about terrorism today, that wasn't quite on his agenda. But first, let me get Anand Mahindra, who was extremely articulate today in the panel. Anand, your first reaction to Obama's speech?
Pranoy, I've watched a number of his speeches throughout his political campaign for election, and he's had some ups and downs. He's had some speeches which weren't as good as his high points, like the Pastor Wright speech, for example. I actually thought he's beginning to hit some highs again with today's speech. I was very impressed with the balance he made between pure nuts and bolts business and rattling off statistics about what kind of revenues and exports he wanted to gain out of India. But towards the end, he segued into a wonderfully lyrical evocation of Dharavi and of the aspirations of India and the US, the entrepreneurial aspirations of India and the US. Apart from the normal cliches about shared democracies, he talked about the shared energy and the shared entrepreneurial aspirations, and I think he did a masterful job.
Right, and in many ways, I think I was repeating some of the thoughts which you gave everybody at the session today about India as equals, and are we used to it, or are we still looking to what can we get without giving anything? Just summarize that aspect of this new kind of dynamic between India and America, of two equals rather than of one complete dominating other.
Well, in the session, the question was asked as to whether it was fair for America to ask India, a still very underdeveloped country, to help create jobs in America. And I thought to myself that, well, frankly, isn't this an indication of how far we've come? 15 years later, just a scant 15 years earlier, if you asked an American what his dominant mental image of India was, it would be of a very gaunt, bony arm, being outstretched, needing food, a hungry child, a malnutrition child. Today, somebody else is coming to us with an outstretched hand.